can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? Hi guys, hope you're having a great morning, evening, night, midnight to my night owls out there. Hello, I'm one of you. Today's my day off. I look somewhat well rested. Not really. I've been working like a dog all last week, so hence my slight dark circles and slightly pale skin. I don't know, being stuck indoors, mask all day, slight breakout in this area. I need to just freshen up and be creative for a day, you know, just bring out the inner artiste in me, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't. I'm rambling. Let's get on to makeup. Before we go to makeup, I made a few purchases last week, and I can't wait to show y'all and the reactions that I had that I did put on my Instagram, which would be down below. So here's the first purchase. Actually it's actually the first purchase. No, this is the second purchase. Testified. So after a while, it took a long time for me to get this bag, and the first time it came out, it sold out within 30 minutes, right? The second restock, yes, I have the money, I can get it, sold out. They restocked, I think, a third time, sold out. I'm like, I cannot get this bag. Like, this bag is just screaming my name. I need this bag in my life. And then I guess they just stopped selling it for a while. They just need to, like, you know, up reproduction. And I've made myself an email alert to when it came back in stock, and it might have sold out now. I don't know, I haven't checked, but I got the Shane Dawson black pick backpack. This thing I had for about a week now, actually less than a week. Shipping took about 3 business days, even though I ordered for 2. Shipping made this $80 bag into almost an $100 bag. But honestly, it's worth it. It's cute. It holds all my little lipsticks and mascara and the snout piece. The quality is so good. I'm in love with this bag. Like, how can you not love it? Shane Dawson makes the most cutest little merchandise ever. No, this is not for school. This is for personal reasons. Just a really big purse, but a dead pig on top. It's my aesthetic. It's dead. It's black. I like bright colors, but black is definitely my go-to when I'm in a mood. Us Geminis know what that means. So yeah, just everything. This is just amazing. And on to my second purchase. Yes, this is my first purchase before it sold out. I don't know if I did or not. I'll update you on that when it does. So just got home and I got an email that my certain merchandise came today, and y'all, I am so excited. Like, I want to jump off the walls excited because look what I got. My Shane Dawson black pig backpack that's finally back in stock. I got it. It didn't sell out. Love him or hate him, which I kind of love him. Has my Jeffree Star hoodie, but the backpack, it's beautiful. It's just, how can you not love this? It's amazing. And my unfinished fangirling. Goodbye. Here's my second purchase. Let me pull it out for you real quick. It is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh concealer. Don't know how long this has been out, or how, I don't know. I don't really keep up with trends or like what comes out in makeup. I kind of see it, I buy it. This was kind of an impulse buy, but at the same time not an impulse buy, because I needed a concealer and I didn't want to go like 30 bucks, 40 bucks for a concealer and not know what it looks like on my skin, how it reacts on my skin. So yeah, I got the ColourPop Pretty Fresh concealer in 2 shades. I got 190W Deep Dark and 180N. I've been wearing the 190 to work, and honestly, this on a no makeup, lazy, I just want to get out the door kind of day for work, just put this underneath your eyes and just in like the trouble areas, the dark spots, cover up any pimples that may be appearing on your skin. And it's just, this concealer is everything. The doe foot, oh, let me take it out for you. The doe foot is so convenient. It's small. It's just, it gets in the crevices, it gets right under here, and I don't put a lot, but I put enough to cover a little bit. And this is pretty pigmented too. Like, I'm gonna show you on the back of my skin. So this is 190W Dark, and I haven't tried 180N on me yet because I've been wearing the 190 as foundation, so I just kind of went with the flow. This is the 180. It's slightly lighter in tube, but they look very similar from the bottle. This is 180. Okay, so this is 180, the lighter one. That's 190, the darker one. So, confession, I like to test the colors on me, hence why Sephora is my favorite store. You walk in, you can test the products on your skin, see how it matches. It doesn't match if it's too ashy, if it stains. This I bought basically on one review, actually 2 reviews, online swatches, which I was kind of sketchy about. Like, is this really what it looks like, or just like photoshopped to make it look more poppy than it is? But I kind of guessed. Guesstimated. I estimated and I guessed it at the same time. And I thought, you know, 180 could be a nice brightening shade, but 190 could work as a foundation. It could, it couldn't. My undertone is not warm. It's not cool. It's more of a neutral, slightly golden, slightly red. It's just, I'm a neutral undertone, so finding anything that fits my face, foundation, concealer, color corrector, have not tried that yet. That's the next purchase. It's just very sketchy because I don't know if it's gonna look ashy, bright, but like an orange walking outside. I don't know. But this Lancome Tint Idol Ultra Wear in the shade 500 fits me perfectly. It looks bright on my skin but blended out. It's just amazing, and it looks similar to this concealer. Actually, no, this foundation is on my skin by itself, like just 1, 2, 3. It's like a combination of these two. So I thought, you know, it looks about the same kind of shade, just get both. If one doesn't work, return it, keep it, know in advance, just so I know what I need and what I don't need. But that's besides the point. I was just really hyped about that. My birthday was in June. Shout out to the summer birthdays. I hate summer. I love winter. But summer kind of, this is quarantine, so we didn't do much, just cake and like, that's it. Just cake. Happy birthday. Here's a few gifts. Just cake. So what I got for my birthday was, sorry about that. Hold on. So what I got for my birthday was, yeah, camera fell using the stand for the first time and just working it out, how it stabilizes and how I look in the frame mostly. I got the Morphe 35V Summer Vibes or Stunning Vibes. I think it's the Summer Vibes Artiste palette. This palette is my go-to for any workday. Going out, trying to look acceptable and not like a zombie. This palette is, I want to link my Instagram so you can see the looks that I have. Actually, I'll put a picture right there of one of my blue looks from this palette. But this palette is a mixture of the neutral side of me and the colorful side of me. Yeah, you can see the shades that I dig into often. Basically all the purple and blue shades, some of the dark pinks and the dark browns. Haven't really touched these two columns yet. I just, am I scared to try it out? I just haven't. Actually, I tried this one. It doesn't show up as well on me, but this is more of like a highlight when I can't find my Hourglass highlighter that I lost, that I cannot find. 35 bucks down the drain, but oh so good. I'm gonna have to invest in a new highlight, either Becca Chocolate Geode or another, what do you call it? Or another hourglass highlighter slash blush slash whatever their combo calls, but I haven't touched this last column. Looks very dark, maybe a little too dark. Like, I kind of work with the younger children, so this might scare them. So I go bright pink, a nice inner corner, or somewhat neutral. Haven't done these two columns really. That white, I'm scared. Like, in this white, that's a journey I will do when no cameras are on me. Not doing it. And along with the Morphe palette, I got first of all, yes, I keep the pack. This bubble wrap is a godsend because this thing is kind of plastic. If it drops, what's gonna happen to it? All on its plastic shell. So this bubble wrap, they did well by the bubble wrap. And I also got the 12, my mom got this for me, so I don't know what it's called, but it's called the 12-piece eye essential set. All these brushes, obviously they're used, mixed with my usual brushes, my BH, my e.l.f. brush, and yeah. These brushes are amazing. These brushes, not these. Actually, some of them are, let me put all the Morphes together so you know what's what. I love glitter, so glitter gets everywhere. I'd rather not get it on my face brushes and rather on my eye brushes, if that makes sense. So, well, no, this is my Lancome blush brush. So I'll take that out. This organization, I don't know her. This brush, it has no name. It only says Morphe. See, nothing. I just call it a brush. I call it my go-to stippling brush because this with my Studio M.A.C foundation, powder plus foundation in the shade NW50 is perfection. This pressed powder is what I needed in my life. It's the right shade. This shade is a nice balancing act. Like, let's say I put too much banana powder underneath my face, right? That nice banana shade, and looks a little ashy. Put this on, it evens everything out. It's just, this is what I put on top of my foundation, which you'll probably see. Am I doing a full look? Maybe not. I'm not in the mood to put on foundation on my face. Concealer, maybe, but not foundation. So just all these brushes are amazing. This is just, I used to dog Morphe brushes because like they break. People were saying they break, they shed a lot. They do shed. Whether my BH ones do, but and I did not wash them yet. But they're still shedding just a little bit, not too crazy, but shedding a bit of concern, but nothing too wild. This brush, my flat brush, I use it for my concealer because it really just gets in there. And my preset wrinkles, yes. Oh wait, and I got something else. I have not opened it yet, and it's been over a month. Have not opened it yet. What I'm about to say is this palette collection. I love Anastasia. I do. Some of her stuff I'm like, not my color scheme. A little too dark. All purple mixed with greens and yellows. Not really my style. I like blues. I like pinks. I like maybe goldenish colors, you know. So this palette I mentioned and I got. So this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina Collection Volume 4. Volume 4. Remember my love for pinks and gold colors. If I could take this out. Yes, I keep it in the box, but it's hard to take out the box. Okay. Alright, there we go. This thing is so cute, and what we're gonna use today, because why not? Why not? Oh, the way it opens is so satisfying, but kind of scared at the same time. So, first of all, the mirror. Oh, the mirror. Yes, my messy desk station. Don't judge. I keep the plastic. I keep the plastic because I should keep the plastic. This color scheme. Oh my gosh. This color scheme. This is perfect. It has the purples. It has the pinks. It has the nice brown shade. Not my transition shade for me. No, not transition. Yeah, transition shade. I blanked out for a second. Not the shade for me to use as just an all over, but it's good to brighten the eyes up a little. I haven't tried it yet. Just I'm guessing it does that. These bright pinks. Oh my god. Look at that mint green. This mint green can turn heads in no time. This nice lilac. It looks purple on camera, but it's more of like it's more of like a pinky pink. It looks purple on camera, but it's not. It's more of like a pinky pink. And then this looks darker on camera, but in actuality it's more fainter than it looks. But the rest of the colors look true to their shade, minus that one. I promise it's not purple, it's a nice pink color. Might be the reflective purple in it that makes it look purple, but this is what we'll be using today for my face and for the first time for you guys, and I'm loving it. Okay, so actually we're gonna leave it out. Why not? Let's close it gently. All right, prepping the face for a very light look, but enough to look not like a zombie. Sorry for all the zombie lovers out there, but not much my style. So what I use first is my big fluffy brush from Sephora number 55 Airbrush Pro. Was kind of pricey, but definitely worth it. I washed this over 10 times. No shedding, nothing. It still keeps its form. It's still soft. This brush, though pricey, is definitely worth it. For me at least. I know there's other brands that do cheaper that's just as high quality, but I'm in love with this brush. And yes, I still do have my little cap for it to keep it in shape and not just spread out everywhere. So what I use on my face is the Too Faced Born This Way Eternal Powder in the shade Translucent Medium. Sorry about that, don't know where I left off, but had a phone call. In the face, yeah, Too Faced Medium Deep translucent powder. I had this for about 6 months, maybe about a year, and I'm halfway done with it. Like, I have a very oily, sometimes combo skin. Very few times it's dry, but when it's dry skin, it means something's wrong with me overall, not just my skin. So this definitely helps matte out my, see, I washed my face, cleansed it, toned her, everything, and it's back to oily. You see this mess? Us oily girls understand the troubles of prepping the skin before anything goes on your face, because not enough powder and this oil will seep through and you'll look like a greasy mess. Because I'm not pizza, I'm a person, remember that. So yeah, this is how it looks. It looks a little bright, but it's powder, so it kind of fades away. Okay, so while I powder my face, let's talk about quarantine, slight pandemic, a big pandemic, and binge watching. So you may look at me and think, oh, she's not into most shows, but Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, I envy those girls like crazy. Their flexibility, their beauty, their always flawless makeup. After 5 hours of rehearsal, and they still look flawless. I'm like, what? I'm like, what do you use on your face? Because I need that in my life. It's just, okay, in middle school, I always wanted to be a cheerleader. I tried out, almost made it. I was in dance class for a little bit when I was younger, so dancing is definitely part of my life, whether people accept that or not. And I just love anything dance related, dance videos, dance moms, Born to Dance, America's Best Dance Crew. What else was there? There's so many. Step Up. I watched all the Step Up movies. The last one though, Emily, she is a dancer's goal. But Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, you must be wondering, how are you watching the whole marathon back to back and rewatching old episodes that they don't show on CMT.com? Well, my friends, there's something called Pluto TV. Hint, hint, it's free. It's completely free on Amazon TV, on the internet, on, I think there's an app. I'm not sure if there's an app, but it's Pluto TV. You can watch most regular shows, Cops, reruns. Yes, I like Cops. No one come for me. Cops, live PD, anything law enforcement. I love the job that they do. Is absolutely amazing. Actually, part of me during college, still in college, sad, I know, but whatever. College is not it's not the easiest road to go on. But at some point, I'm like, maybe I should be a cop. I watch all these shows and I'm like, I want to do that. I want to be responsible for people's safety. I just want to be, I don't know, a figure in society that does good, at least for me. And you can watch Cops, the first 48. What else is there that you can watch on there? Degrassi. Every Love and Hip Hop franchise, they do it. Flavor of Love. Who's an OG that remembers that show? Flavor of Love is the godfather of all reality dating TV shows, because he did it right. It was disturbing, it was disgusting, everything and above, but it was TV. And all those girls afterwards, first of all, they were not there for his, he's so handsome, he's so artistic, he's so great. I'm like, first of all, he's a scrawny 5'3" man, very little muscle. Like, seriously, my little brother has more muscle than he does, and he's 14. He's a grown man in his 50s, like 7-8 kids, and you're there because he's handsome. No, honey, be honest. you're there for his money. You are there strictly for his money and the publicity, whether you get kicked off or you end up being the one he proposes to. That end scene, no, the last episode of every season, that ring, I'm like, this is a fake ring. This is not real. This is not a real ring. What ring is that big? It's okay, it could be real diamonds, but like that's like stupid money. That is ridiculously stupid money. Am I mad about it? No, I'm not mad. I'm just upset that these girls are like afterwards, oh, just tell me who your favorite character was, because not characters, just not anime. Tell me who your favorite person was. Mine personally was New York and Delicious, because Flavor of Love 2, they went at it. It was so funny. The scene where New York went into her bathroom, it's like, oh, but did I not, or did I do ruin your date tonight? And I'm just like, she was so mean to these girls, but she made this show. Without her, this show would not be what it was. If she was not on season 1, who would go back to it? No one would go back to that show. Not a single soul. Not a single soul. Let's see. Okay, this is what I need. Not putting on concealer because dark spots, coloration, breakout. Am I going anywhere? No, I'm not. I just want to look pretty, even if it's for myself, because I am what? Single. And honestly, I don't have the best luck with guys, because I just don't, for various reasons. But sometimes you gotta look good for yourself. This is just a cover under here, like a little over here and here. I don't put the whole deep triangle. I feel like that's too much product on my face. I have very sensitive skin, and too much product makes me break out. Yes, my skin looks somewhat clear now because I'm on prescribed acne medicine. Prescribed. Not made for everyone, because I break out like crazy, and it's not a pretty sight. It's not a pretty sight. But back to the show at hand. So basically, Das Cowboy Cheerleaders, right? So Das Cowboy Cheerleaders, I can tell you all the seasons I like and all the seasons I dislike, because we all have our favorites, what we like or don't like in a show. But first of all, season 6, the internet, Facebook, inappropriate picture scandals, I felt bad for the girls, but it was entertaining. It was. I felt bad for them, but it was TV. That was actual reality TV. There was no cameras. It was just them making somewhat not smart decisions. And there was a lot in season 6. And then season 7, they had, I think, that first girl. She wasn't the best, but she was decent enough to continue in the training program. But they did her dirty. They did her so dirty. She had her first office meeting, and they're like, what are these pictures? Oh, my ex-girlfriend, my ex-boyfriend was trying to blackmail me because he's a you know what. And I wasn't forced to take those pictures, but they were made out of love. So I'm sorry, I'll delete them. I can't stop him. I tried. And they're like, oh, nope, sorry, you're off the team. I'm like, you didn't even give her a chance to dance. And they tried to add in, oh, but your dancing technique was blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it's too late. You deleted her on the sheer fact that she was being blackmailed. It was posted all over Twitter and whatever the internet has to offer. And you didn't want that on your team. Just say that. And we all know she wasn't the look they were looking for. They like, okay, no shade, but the girls that they like to pick are mostly Caucasian. They have a few black, some beautiful Asians. I love Yuko the best. Oh, I think she's still there, right? Or did she leave? I don't even know, because I'm making a new season this year. I don't know, because the beer virus has ruined much things for everyone. See how full coverage this concealer is? Like just 5 lines, and like I don't need foundation at all. I just need to go out like this and not be good. But she was not the look they were looking for. Even like the most not the best hair girls had a chance of a makeover. Her dancing was above average. It was above average. And her flexibility, she had legs that could kick up to the sky and more. They just wanted an excuse to eliminate her. They did. And there was 3 girls who got in trouble, and then the whole Whitney situation afterwards. 6 years ago, this picture, and I'm like, ooh, Whitney, that may be the early 2000s, but honey, and no one's that tan. Lil Wayne. First of all, who goes to Halloween as Lil Wayne? No one does. No one does that. Why? Because 1, he's disgusting. 2, who would marry that? I'd rather marry a cardboard box than Lil Wayne. Let's be honest here. And his actions don't pair up with his... That's a different story. Look it up on YouTube. You'll find all what I'm talking about. But see, a little concealer goes a long way. Honestly, this is so fully pigmented, and yeah, I do not regret this purchase. Thank you, California factories, for both the Shane Dawson Pig and the ColourPop concealer. Thank you, thank you. But anyway, back to Dallas coverage. I always get distracted. My mind's going a million times. It's just, it's a lot. But let's go to the eyes while we continue chatting it up. And then I think it was season 8, they had Jennifer come in. Jennifer is one of my top 10 DCC cheerleaders. Her style, her big smile, her beautiful teeth, just, oh, and pregnant, she was still teaching kickline. Honey, that takes effort that not all of us have. Not all of us have it. But I think it was season 9 that they were really mean. They were unnecessarily mean. They were just so mean. Their comments, like, we have to cut her, bad feet. I'm like, why are you so nasty, Kelly and Judy? Like, relax, take a chill pill. Like, no one's coming for your neck. They're just trying to dance. Like, oh, well, she has flex feet, short legs. I'm like, you weren't this. They were so mean. Season 9. And now I know that season 9 had the longest amount of, they had like 15 episodes. I'm like, how? It's the normal it's like 13 episodes, 14. They had like 15, 16. And I'm like, why is this a thing? I didn't even watch it. The first 5 episodes, I'm like, I'm done. They're so unnecessarily mean. They were so mean. And let's talk about their comments, right? Their comments on girls' figure, weight, height, body type, hairstyle. When they were talking about, who was it? Ashley Nicole? Ashley B, the one with the black hair. She's very strict and like bright blue eyes. Her eyes were stunning. But I just... Then they said she looks more like the girl last night than the girl next door. That was rude. They's like, oh, she's getting a little fluff, she's getting a little fat. And then Miss Kitty Carter, I love that woman. She could, at 50 or whatever how old she is, she's still somewhat in shape. Obviously the older you get, the slower your metabolism gets, but she could still do all the things they could do, turns, jumps across the floors, everything. It's beautiful. but her comments towards the girl's weight, I'm not skinny, I'm not average. Actually, I'm more of like an average weight. But you can't do that to girls who really starve themselves to be that skinny, and they're too skinny. Like, oh, she looks a little skinny, doesn't she? How does that make sense? Like, you want this skinny model look when they're a little too skinny, you freak out they're too fat. Oh, you're on weight probation, you're on whatever they say they do for the girls that are a little overweight. And I'm like, that's so mean. Like, how can you just say that to girls who's trying her best? She could be the most greatest dancer in the room, her weight gets her kicked off. I get have to stay within a certain range, but like, don't say it so nastily and just rude and just kind of overall disrespectful to all the girls. They treated them like they were objects, like they were objects. And I just, that part I don't like. The dancing, just everything else I love, but that part I just don't like at all. I don't, and it's sad, but I guess it's reality of the world. You have to be a certain way, a certain image to be whatnot and whatnot, and just I don't know. I'm using Palm by Anastasia Beverly Hills Rivera palettes. But Palm is like the nice deep shade I need on my eyelids, because with this shade it kind of evens out any darkness, whatever imperfections, and just makes it an even playing field for all colors to show up on. But I don't know. And then, like, let's be honest here, some of those girls were great dancers, but using DCC as a come up, like the girl Julia. She's the one who had a concussion. Like, she fell on her head and like couldn't, I don't know what happened, but she did something to her head. And I think the week prior it was like interview day. Was it interview day? No, social media practice day. That's what it was. And she was talking about how she wants to be a news anchor, how she doesn't want to be known as the girl who worked at a fast food restaurant and the news anchor. She was basically using DCC as a platform for a come up. And in her office meeting, it was the funniest thing. She's like, okay, we get it, you're not feeling well, your head's so hurt, you can't really move or dance like that, but this interview though, like, this interview, like, we feel sorry for you, but this interview though, they definitely dogged her. She kind of deserved it too, so I'm not like she's all innocent. She's not innocent. She's not innocent at all, not in the slightest. But they kind of really dug into her. They really did. And I'm like, oh, they snapped. They really snapped. But okay. So what I like about this palette is that it's not shades, it's numbers. It's numbers. It's just E5, C3, so you know where it is. You know exactly where it is, but it's numbers, not like shade blah blah blah. For like a, how much shade is this? For a 25 pan palette, this is a smart idea. It's very smart. But okay, what are you gonna do first? I might do a pink look today. I did blue the other day, but I'm gonna do pink today. I'm gonna do a nice pinky pink, bright colored look. I'm still learning, so do not roast me, please. So, basically, yeah, what are we gonna do? What goes in the outer V? Okay, E5, which is this shade, reminds me of a shade in the Rivera palette that is, what shade is it? Bahamas. See, Bahamas. It's not like this, it's not like a similar shade. Yes, this palette is kind of nasty looking, but I use it a lot. I use each and every color in this palette minus Cabana, but every other palette is thoroughly used. So this brush, has been through World War One, II, and possibly III. But we might do C5, which is this shade. But back on the whole unfairment treatment of everything. Melissa Rycroft, I love her. I didn't really enjoy her on Dancing with the Stars, but I understood her appeal. She was on the show for sportsmanship, mentor, I don't know what they call it, but she was a former DCC for I think 3 years. And she then went on to get married to someone she met while being a cheerleader. Then she went to Dancing with the Stars for her first season. She didn't win that one. Went back on All Stars, won that one. Her dancing in All Stars, I'm like, yes, hunty. She improved. She stole the game, and she's like, oh, I'm a DCC, but I can still dance my butt off, right? So her mentorship, I enjoyed her on the show. She was like the nice buffer, because Kelly and Judy are the mean ones, right? The judge is like, whatever. But Melissa is like, I'm your friend. You can talk to me, but I'll also help you improve in a nice way. She's the person y'all want as a friend. We do. We all want her as a friend, and that's being very truthful. The way she spoke to Yuko, like she was feeling homesick and not really dancing the best. She was just overall a really nice person. It's just gonna be too bright record to see, but if anything, we'll make it work. Don't worry, we'll make it work. But honestly, Melissa, they brought her on to show that DCCs aren't just cheerleaders, but like successful business people, dancers, actual dancers, and they made a good choice. They really did. The help she gave those girls, Brielle was kind of a train wreck. She was kind of a train wreck, but a good train wreck that was fixed towards the very end, you know. And then she came back to retry as a veteran next year. She knew but what was expected of her. And first of all, during her first season, her weight was an issue. It was always like she was a little over, she needed to work on it, but that was fine. But coming back, she threw all that progress out the window, and she was still skinny. Trust me, I wish I had her body even at that stage, but it's a little cringy. And then her dance performance, like, forget her weight. She was not dancing the same. She was dancing like she was just cruising through the motions. Like, I'm just doing this. I'm just doing that. And she didn't really show emotion. She was just kind of doing it just to do it. Was her heart in it? I can't really tell you what was going through her mind. But you could tell that she wasn't feeling it. She was not feeling that whole re-audition. She wasn't. She did half-ass effort. And she was shocked that she got eliminated and didn't go into training camp. Like, honey, you knew walking off that stage from your solo to your group routine, you were not doing well. To her being shocked, I'm like, why are you shocked? You know what's happening. Don't act surprised. So what I'm doing here is basically brushing on C5. I'm glad it's C5. It's still bright, but like it's not overpowering like E5. I did a good choice there. And I have like folded eyelids, so I kind of go above the crease, or else you won't see anything on my eyelid. Nothing. You will see nothing on my eyelid. You won't. Like, why have eyeshadow on myself on your eyelid? Hooded eye people have to go above and beyond just to make eyeshadows work on them. But that's, see, now you can see on my eyelid. Now you can see it. Before you could not see anything. Nothing at all. But I don't know, DCC, Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, still underpaid, I should say. Cheerleaders in general should get paid not as much as the players, but like have an even playing field. Yes, they don't do the sport, but like they're physically fit. Some of them have abs better than the actual football players. Girls have better abs. Cheerleaders have better abs than actual football players. Think about that for a second. Think about it. Think about it, because some of those, and then like the lawsuits they had, I think, what was her name, Erica? She was in season 10. I don't remember her, but she was like the little small mousy brown hair girl, but such a good dancer. Oof, her solos every time took your breath away. She was second best to Holly. Second best to Holly. When she got cut off, I think because she broke her leg, she couldn't work anymore, she wanted to sue them. And people like, oh, why are you suing them now? Because you got your paycheck, you got your publicity. But I'm like, a paycheck and publicity doesn't mean you deserve being laid off, all because you broke an ankle, you couldn't work for a game or two. I'm like, they could have kept her on the sidelines. They have enough people in their team to have one less or two less and still function. And then she was commenting on like how they were commenting on her weight, or making sure like she was always fit, and how they kind of fat shamed her because she gained a little weight while she broke her leg, or she broke something. I forgot what it was, but she broke something, and they were just kind of like, you're gaining weight, you broke something, we don't need you anymore, goodbye. And I'm like, that was kind of mean. You can't do that to someone. She moved her whole life to be there. Sorry, all my sick is very stuffy right now. Just wearing a mask all day, and you breathe in that recycled air, like your throat gets kind of phlegmed up, but you feel like you have a cold, but you don't have a cold. It's just a very weird thing. But I don't know. And then I think there was an old case where a woman, I think she was like a Christian or something, where she's like, I can't be posed, like, she's like, I can't pose naked, it's against my values. And they're like, you have to do it or you'll get fired. And when she did it, they couldn't help but stare at her like, oh, your body looks nice. And how they forced her, out of all the girls, I think it was an interview or something, or like some kind of publicity, to dress in a swimsuit, while other girls had like more covered up outfits. And I'm like, that's mean. Because we all know cheerleaders are objectified. They're seen as more of bystanders, something to look at. They're sexy, they're cute, they're short, they're flexible, they're good dancers, but they're not important. They're not important to a football game. Some people watch football for football. They watch the cheerleaders like, they're just cheerleaders, they're nothing, they don't really do much. But they do a lot, and I feel like they don't get enough credit. They're not paid as well. Like, what, 15? No, what was it? I think it was $100 and something per game, over 6 hours of dancing, and they get paid. I get paid more. Just oh my god, it's the treatment that they get. And I have to stay a certain way or they'll get kicked out. It's just ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. And honestly, I feel for them. Some of them leave and they're like, oh, you can't contact your friends anymore. It's like, once you leave or you voluntarily quit, you can't go back to it. You cannot go back to it. If you have weight issues and you're forced to be kicked out, they will not take you back. They won't. And I get DCC is the most famous cheerleaders. Their whole jump splits, they started that, and people copy that, but they can't. Some of them do it well, but DCC does it definitely better because they're the OGs. And I don't know, but besides DCC, I've been binging Flavor of Love. Listen, you're not gonna judge me, okay? We all know that's a fan favorite across all cultures. We have watched that show. We have watched it, and I'm not ashamed. as well as getting The Sims 4, and I'm addicted. I play it every night. I literally got the game, and I got all the mods I wanted. CC shopping is so fun, but so frustrating all at the same time. You have to wait for a download, pick the right one. Oh, it's not working. Pick a different one. But I wanted that object. I didn't want this. I wanted that object. They don't show up on the game. Actually, they updated the game so like not every CCC mod works. Thank you, EA Entertainment and Sims 4 community, but I don't know. Sims 4 is like it's a problem. I come home from work. I need to de-stress. I play Sims 4. It's literally my own virtual reality where everything's perfect. Everything's a white picket fence, a large house, all the money in the world, the greatest outfits, hair slayed, makeup slayed, nails done, everything perfect. And that's just where I escape to when I feel like not the best, you know? And that's normal, I think. C4. It's this periwinkle pink right there. Yep. But honestly, Sims 4 has consumed most of my free time, as well as music listening, because I've been put on to some songs that I wouldn't think I would enjoy, but I did. It's just too... I'm scared. How's this gonna look on me? But honestly, I think Sims 4 is more of like... not too bad. It's more of like a getaway. It's more of a getaway. Because it's your own personal world. There's no stress. You can play whatever you want. And it's... I don't know. It's like your own virtual reality. It's your own perfect world. You can control whatever happens. Basically playing God, but I'm not ashamed of that. I don't know, like my Sims be having the best houses, the best lifestyle. They don't earn their money. Yes, I cheat need everything. The money hack, that is so me. I'm not trying to... yes, I do make them get high paying jobs, but like they already have money. They don't even need jobs half the time. They just do it just to go out. Okay, so the issue with me is I can never replicate one look on the other eye. I always have to go back, fix it, or everything, because I just can't match my eye colors. I just, it's a problem. And I'm trying to fix it. But I'm like, how do you fix that? So dipping in back to C5 and fixing what I just did, because it's kind of awful. And I'm actually going back to reading because my coworker, I just met her, but like she's amazing. She brought me on these books called The Black Blood Brothers, right? It's like a series of vampire books, but honestly, these vampires are the vampires that we all imagine, that we all wish we could have as a boyfriend, a partner, a soulmate. But I'm getting back into reading, and honestly, I don't know what took so long. I used to love reading. In middle school, I read the entire horror section, the entire horror mystery thriller section. And I would who eats at the lunch table? Not I. I went to the library, read books to the point I was the non-official library assistant. Like, oh, you need a book? Oh, it's right there. Oh, it's right there. Then in high school, I was somewhat that, but I guess, I don't know, stress happens, schoolwork happens, pressure happens for everyone around you, and I just kind of fell out of it. And then college came, and off and on, yes, I have a lot of great books that I've yet to read. Like, I have a whole carton of books that I need to read, but I don't have time to sit down and actually read a book. So audiobooks or like on my phone book is where I go to, because it's easier, it's convenient. I'm not carrying like a second purse to just carry my books that I want to read, right? But I don't know, it's just, I fell out of it, and I'm sad that I did, because honestly, reading brings me the most joy in life. That plus music and dancing. But reading just by itself, it brings me so much joy. And I just, when you miss it, you miss it. I've been taking on languages. I mean, I did before, but now it's like I'm more serious about it. Like, I have time to sit down and do it for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I cannot tell you a sentence. Actually, I could, but sound very odd. But I'm learning Italian and dipping into Romanian, because the Romanian language, I think, is not used, but it's still beautiful, you know? It's in that same area of Italian and Spain, but it's just a beautiful. I tried French. It's too similar to Italian, because I did once French and Italian, and like they just didn't pair up together. I kept confusing words for French, for Italian, and then just Italian and French, and then Spanish. I'm like, oh, let's not go to Spanish. They're all literally the same language, just different accents and spelling. So I can't do Italian and Spanish. Yes, I should learn Spanish, but I'd rather have Italian down packed, then go into Spanish. Even though I was taught it for 4 years in high school, forgot almost everything, but I could still somewhat read and or understand it. That's just the case for everyone. And honestly, in middle school, we had the choices of Spanish, Italian, or I think it was Latin. I don't know. I chose Italian, and that language I picked up so fast. I was literally the best in the class. So Italian is where I think my mind is set and knows the most of how to say the words, roll the R's, spell it, just accents, just everything, pronunciation, just, it's easier for me to understand than other languages. And I don't know why, but maybe my brain just went back to younger me in middle school, learning Italian and the numbers, the time, the weather, everything. So it's just, it's easier for me. I don't know. Everyone has their languages that are easier for them, or simply just, I can't describe it. I don't know. So I'm done with everything. I have C5 in the outer V. In the inners, I have C4, it's more like a pinkish purple color. And then I kind of blended everything out on the top. So what we're gonna do is we're going to do an inner corner highlight. That is my signature. I could have literally no makeup on, just one shade with the inner corner highlight. I love it. It's just, it makes everything pop for me in the most greatest of ways. So I might use, since I have purple in the inner, C3. So that looks. This might not show up. I'm gonna show you how it looks on the brush, and I was gonna apply it on my eyelids. I'm gonna show you because it's not gonna show up on me. It's just more of like an iridescent covering. Like, see, you're not gonna see that on my skin just looking at it. I mean, maybe you would, but like, I like things to pop. Like, I want a bright inner corner highlights. Like, I need you to see it from a mile away. Like, I'm blind, I need you to see it through your blindness. That's how it should look like. So we have that. I might not do that shade. Let's try, I want to try E3 or A2. I'm gonna show you E3. Ooh. Okay, this is E3. This is A2. Oh, see, it looks more pink closer up, but that's A2. I might do that one instead. Okay. But let's do A2. All right. Oh, I feel like these aren't gonna show up on my skin. I'm scared. I love this palette, but is it gonna show up on my skin? I don't know. You know, A2 might show up a lot more, right? I'll just pack on A2 to the point where it shows up. But it's pretty, just it's not gonna show by itself. And sometimes what I do is like do an inner corner highlight a little more broadly, and then another inner corner highlight to kind of accent the other inner corner highlight. It's like bright and then a brighter bright. Actually, I might do that. I might do this as the first inner corner highlight, then this is the second final inner corner highlight, and then drag this along here. I'm gonna do that. I'm going to do that. Is it extra? Yes. Do I really care? Maybe not really. You know, wear what you want to wear. Don't wear what other people say you should wear. Okay, all right, let's try this out. Okay, cross your fingers, hope this works out because I'm kind of scared. These glitters are more loosely packed compared to her Rivera palette. The Rivera palette, it's chunky, it's there, it's, you see it, like you feel it, it's pigmented on your brush in the first dip. It's just more like loosely powder. It's more like loose powder. It's kind of light, but because I get this is more of like an everyday palette for like the average goer going to work, not trying to dress up for anyone really. So I understand the idea, but I like more of like a pigmented, not chunky glitter, but chunky enough to see it on the first go, if that makes sense. But I don't mind layering glitters on my eyes. Trust me, I don't. So let's just do this. Never mind, you do see it. I was doubting this. You do see it. Okay. You see it a lot. Oh wow, this is a powerful shade. Powerful. Ooh. Oh wow. So do these colors contrast? Yes. Wow, this literally took over all of C4. This completely over C4. We don't know her. She does not exist right now. All you see is C3. And honestly, I'll let it rock. I'll let it rock. It still looks good, I think, and we'll just go with it. Didn't know you would look more blue. You see purple. I see more blue in person than I did swiping it on my hand. Okay, so concentrate. I'm gonna focus. This is the problem. I can get it great on this side, but this side is either too dull, too wide, not in the same position, or just not showing up. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I got it. No, I didn't. It's fine. It's fine. I can accept that they're not gonna look perfect. I can accept that they're not gonna look perfect. After 10 minutes trying to even this out, it works. It works. So along with some Morphe brushes, I did get a Morphe eyeliner, and y'all, I'm scared. I'm looking at it like I'm gonna mess this up. I'm going to mess this up. I'm going to mess this up. Me and eyeliner are not best friends. No, I'll do. I'm so scared. I'm so scared of this damn eyeliner. It's ridiculous. It's a sharp tip. Will this work out? We'll see. Eyeliner goddess, please at least do one eye right and I can do the rest off camera. That's all I wish to do right now. All I wish to do. It's something. Am I about to water up? Yes. But it's something like this. Okay, Morphe, you bring on the power. That's fine. It's something. Yeah, it's something. Ooh. Okay, I like how this doesn't dry out once it's left open, because the BH one, it's great, but if you leave it open too long, it starts drying out. This is like a continuous flow, and I enjoy that. So I'll be back while I do the other eye. All right, I'm back. I put on the eyeliner, did not match the other side. This wing, what is that? This is not even a proper wing. It went the right when it kind of went like I might have blinked, I don't know, but it just went like straight to boop. Okay, so this wing's much better. One of the best wings I had probably in a while, so I'm not mad at that. I'll just have to do a whole different video on me attempting eyeliner with no edits. That sir, I can watch all the scary movies in the world, gory, hard, supernatural, anything, but me applying eyeliner unedited, that's scary. That's scarier than any criminal murders anywhere. That's a scary thought. So this is my final look, and thank you guys for sticking with me through this process, because it helping me explore this palette, because I wanted to try this in front of you for the longest time. I didn't have any courage, but I did it, and I'm proud of myself for that. No matter what happens, I enjoyed this video, and I hope you did too. So I would love it if you subscribe, like the video, commented on tips and tricks, anything I did wrong, just anything really. Like, I'm open to criticism, just don't be too mean about it, because I'm not an expert in makeup. I never claimed to be an expert in makeup. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed it, and remember to, actually, before you're gone, before I forget that part, do follow me on my Instagrams, where I've been posting a lot lately, almost every day, twice a day. I have a check-in of the ColourPop concealer that I did at work. I'll actually input that in the next clip. But thank you for enduring this journey with me, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.